Hi everyone, and welcome to my very first YouTube video. I'm very excited to share this video with you all. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I do my makeup every day with some of my favorite products. So go ahead and like this video, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe down below if you want to see more of my stuff that I've got in the works and I've got planned. And if you are wanting to see how I did my makeup and how I do it every day, you are in the right place, and keep watching. Okay, and we are going to dive right in. I already moisturized and put primer on my face. The primer that I'm currently using is the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. I've been using this for a while. It just kind of creates a smooth canvas for my foundation and all of my other makeup, and it also helps it last all day. So I do recommend this primer here. They sell it at like Ulta, at Sephora, and I believe Macy's has it as well, and obviously you can get it online too. But this is the primer that I've been using for a while. So I've already got that on, so I'm gonna dive right into foundation. And the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab my already dampened beauty blender. This is a Real Techniques beauty blender. I'm personally not gonna spend $20 on a makeup sponge. So this little number is $5.99 at your local Target. So I went ahead and dampened that. So we're just gonna go right ahead and go for the foundation. The foundation I use is Estee Lauder Double Wear. I've been using this for years. I absolutely love it. This has always been my go-to one. And what's great about it is I don't have to switch my foundations in the summertime versus the winter. This one just works really well for me all year long. So yeah, this is definitely a favorite of mine. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply this. This in my hand. We're gonna take our beauty blender here and we are going to apply. Okay, now that we have that done, we are going to use some concealer. All right, and the concealer that I'm going to be using today is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. This is an excellent concealer. It's very full coverage. It doesn't crease, it doesn't cake, it doesn't settle in any, lines under the eye or anything like that, and it really does give you an awesome coverage. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply that in the areas that I need it. So I'm gonna put a little bit under the eye, and put it a little bit. There's really no right way to do this, so I'm literally just gonna kind of spot it on the areas that I need it. I'm gonna blend that right under the eye. Okay, we are concealed. I'm just gonna make sure I just kind of blend it, and any excesses on the sponge I kind of just will pat it all over the face. Now that we are concealed, we're going to set our concealer. And what I like to use for that is a loose setting powder. Dermablend loose setting powder, and this is in the shade Original. It's just a very translucent powder. So I'm going to take the other end of my beauty blender. So this is the end that I blended my foundation with concealer. As you can see, a lot of the product is built up in the sponge. I'm going to go ahead and flip it over to the other side, and I'm simply just going to dip the beauty blender in the powder, and I'm just going to press that right under the eye. And basically anywhere else you want to set your concealer. We're going to put that right under the eye like so. We're going to put some on the chin. And I just put a little bit on the forehead. And again, just like the concealer, there's really no right or wrong way to apply this. You don't have to have it perfect. So I'm just gonna take that a little bit more and then really just press it underneath. It'll make you look like you kind of took a nosedive in some flour. Okay, perfect. So while that's setting, I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyebrows. And when I say do my eyebrows, I'm not really gonna super do them today because I am actually in the process of growing out my eyebrows. And yes, I know what you're thinking. Oh my gosh, you have super thick, bushy eyebrows already. Yes, I know, I'm growing them out because I want to get them reshaped. So today, before I do any brow product, I like to take a spoolie brush and just kind of brush through my brows, make sure we don't have any powder or anything like that in there, which I do, so thank God I brushed. And now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this Ulta brand brow tint gel. It's like, has a little spoolie like that. And we are going to just apply this to the brows. Nothing too fancy or anything like that. I'm gonna tuck my hair back again so it's out of the way. And I'm gonna use my little mirror here to just kind of brush it through the brows. We're just gonna kind of brush that through. Very simple, very quick. And it kind of just tames all the hairs that are flying everywhere. And also, what's nice too is this has a little bit of color, so it kind of, if I take it, kind of press it against the skin, it will give me a little bit of that nice brown color, kind of just fill in the sparse areas of my brow. And that's all we're gonna do for brows today. We are going to, now that we've allowed the setting powder to kind of set underneath our eyes and other areas like that, I'm gonna go ahead and take a brush and brush off the excess. I'm gonna take this brush here. I get all my makeup brushes from Target. I love the, I believe it's Sonia Kashuk, that brand. I have so many of her brushes. I think they're really wonderful. My brushes come from Target. Okay, anyways, so we're just gonna go ahead and brush off that excess powder. And it really gives a nice, beautiful, smooth finish under the eyes and anywhere else that you put the powder to set your concealer. Perfect. Okay, now that that's done, I'm gonna go ahead and take some more powder and we're gonna kind of cover, kind of set the rest of the areas, not just where we put the concealer, but we're gonna set all the other areas where I put the foundation. So kind of more on my forehead, a little bit on my cheeks here. And the powder I'm gonna use for that is the It Cosmetics CC Airbrush Perfecting Powder. This is a sheer to full coverage finishing veil. This has SPF 50 in it. I've used this for quite a few years now. It's really awesome. It gives a nice, really smooth airbrush finish. And also I love the fact that it has SPF 50. I try to prevent sun damage as much as possible, and this makes it easy because I use this every day. So every day I have SPF 50 on my face. So I do highly recommend this, not only this powder, but a lot of other products from this brand. I'm gonna go ahead and take, and this brush is from It Cosmetics as well. So this is a great pair. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this brush. I'm gonna swirl it in the powder, tap off the excess, and I'm gonna go ahead and tap this on the face. For my first layer of powder, I do not like to just kind of go right in and swirl it, because what happens is sometimes when you do that, you'll move the rest of the product that's on your face. So for the first, I'll take a very minimal amount of product and just kind of pat it all over. And then for the second round, I'll swirl it, tap off the excess, and then kind of apply it as you would normally. And again, with powder, we want to take it down to the neck as well. Make sure we're not missing any areas. Okay. Now that we've got all that done, we're going to move on to bronzer. And the bronzer that I normally use is the Hoola Bronzer by Benefit. And they actually just came out with this beautiful palette called the Blush Bar. They sell this at Ulta. I'm not sure if they sell it anywhere else. This retails for $58. But on the inside, you get 5 full-size Benefit products. So you get the Hoola bronzer right here, and you also get 4 full-size blushes. So I thought this was kind of cute. So, and then this is what we're gonna use for both our bronzer and our blush today, is we're gonna use this palette. I'm gonna go ahead and take, you guessed it, another Target brush. And I'm gonna take kind of just this one here. I don't know what it's called. I just use a brush. So we're gonna just swirl that in there. We're gonna tap off the excess, and we're gonna tuck our hair back again, and then we're just gonna apply the bronzer. And with bronzer, I like to have a light hand at the beginning. Don't wanna go in with too much. So I'll swirl it and I'll tap it on as well. And another trick I like to do for bronzer, I like to call it the three trick. So what you want to do with bronzer, you want to tap your bronzer, your blush in the bronzer, tap off the excess, and what you want to do is you want to start at the center of the face and you want to make a 3 on both sides of your face. So we're going to start at the forehead, we're going to move down, and we're going to swirl down this way in a 3 shape, just like that. And we're going to do that to both sides. I'm going to do it a couple times to this sides, and I'm just going to build it. Now we're going to bring it to the other side. First we're going to start off with the excess, and then I will add more product. The neck as well. Then we're going to put a little bit on each side of the nose. Okay, so now that we have our foundation and our bronzer on as well, we're going to go in with a little bit of blush. So we're going to take another Target brush and we're going to swirl. I actually am swirling all the blushes that are in this palette together, and I'm just going to apply. Okay, now that we've got that done, we are going to go ahead and use some highlighter. And the highlighter I am going to apply today is going to be this Becca Cosmetics highlighter. This is the Shimmering Skin Perfector in Gradient Glow. So what Becca Cosmetics did is they're very well known for their highlighters. They took all their shades of highlighters and put them in this one palette, which I think is super cool because I can, if I'm feeling just one shade one day, I can use one, or I swirl them all together and it really creates a really, really beautiful color. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this brush here. We're gonna take it. Perfect. Now that that is done, we're gonna move on to the eyes. So today what we're gonna do for the eyes is just kind of my everyday kind of eye look. Currently I am using the LORAC Pro 4 palette. This palette has a lot of browns and a little bit of purples as well. These are the kind of shades I reach for every day. So what we're going to do first is we're going to go ahead and prime the eyes. So we're going to take a little bit of eye primer. And I'm using the Morphe Eyelid Primer. I'm going to go ahead and tap that on the lids. On, we're going to go ahead and dive right into the eyeshadow. I'm going to take just a kind of more thicker eyeshadow brush to put our base shade on. I'm going to be using the shade Brulee, which is the second shade in here. It's kind of a nice, very light taupe color. Now we're gonna go ahead and go in with the shade right next to that, which is Pecan. I'm gonna take a little bit of a smaller brush for that. This little number here, a little smaller one. I'm gonna cut. What I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna take a little bit of a darker color, and we're gonna do that extension with the outer corners. And for that, I'm gonna go ahead and put this palette aside, and I'm gonna go into the Anastasia Beverly Hills Prism palette. This palette is fun too. I love the color story on this one. I have yet to explore this area here with the kind of the super bright neon green. We'll get there. Take the shade Parallel, which is like a nice chocolate brown, and we're gonna put that on the outer corner. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that very quickly. Always tap off the excess. Tap that right onto the corner and blend it toward. And if you ever get any kind of fallout right here, you can either take your beauty blender or just a powder brush and just sweep it away. Just like that. All right, now we're gonna take the first brush that I used, which was kind of a bigger blending brush, and we're gonna just blend the colors together like so. Now we kind of want to bring a little bit of lightness towards the inner corner. I'm going to kind of create some dimension for this eye look. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the LORAC Pro 4 palette, and I'm going to go in with the shade Iced Rose and Soft Pearl. These two kind of more highlighting shades. I'm going to take my ring finger, and we're going to kind of tap into both of them, and we're going to just tap that directly onto the lid. Gives a little bit of dimension there. And do the same to the other side. And I always start right at the middle of the lid and move inward. And we're gonna just take that brush and we're just gonna kind of blend the other colors in. There might be an over blender. That is okay. Now we're gonna do some eyeliner. And the eyeliner that I use and have used for what seems like forever now is this L'Oreal, the Voluminous Liner Noir. Packaging has a bunch of cheetah print on it. That's how I always find it at the store because I never remember what it's called. I always just look for the packaging. Bring it out, flip it over, there we go. Yeah, I definitely need a new one of these for sure. It's drying out, but that's okay. Doing my best. Okay, so now that I have my eyeliner on, I kind of did a little bit of a cat eye on both sides, not too much though. We are going to, before I put any more mascara, I do like to kind of touch up my eyeshadow a little bit. And so I'm just gonna kind of add a little bit more of the darker color. Perfect, now we're gonna do mascara. The mascara that I usually use every day is this L'Oreal Lash Paradise. This mascara is absolutely amazing. A lot of people call it a dupe for the Better Than Sex mascara from Too Faced. But this, I need a new one of these. This is like completely has run its course and it's very dried out. So today I'm going to use my brand new mascara. This is the Nars Climax mascara. This just recently came out and I got it pretty much the day it came out or maybe a couple days after. This mascara is amazing too. I always like mascaras with a very thick brush. Just works well for me. And this is Explicit Black. I don't know what the difference between black and explicit black is, but I'm gonna go ahead and apply mascara and I'm gonna take my tiny little mirror. I'm just gonna go ahead and do that real quick. Do all my top lash first, then I'll move to the bottom lash. So I'm gonna take a little bit more for the other side. Now we're gonna go back and do the bottom lashes for both sides. what's nice about this mascara too is it doesn't smear or smudge. This one stays in place all day, but it's also pretty easy to just take it off with any makeup remover, eye makeup remover. So now that I have that on, just because I'm a blending freak, I'm just gonna take a random eyeshadow brush and just kind of blend my eyeshadow one more time. Now, we are going to do some lipstick. And I haven't decided what color I want to use today. I have my new favorite little lipsticks that I've been using are the these guys right here. These are the Nars Velvet Lip Glide. I have quite a few colors. Let me show you all the colors I have, which is a lot. Let's see. I don't know how I'm gonna do that, but I have, there we go. A lot of nudes and stuff, a lot of pinks. That's what I usually reach for. I think today, I'm gonna go for a little bit of a brighter shade. And what these are nice too is, they are what they say they are. They're very comfortable. Whoa, I dropped it. They're very comfortable on the lips. They aren't drying at all. They last all day, which is nice. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and apply. The shade I'm using today is the shade Spike, which is this one right here. It's kind of like a nice mauve-y pink shade, and it actually like matches my nails perfectly. Didn't plan that. Okay, and we're just gonna apply this. All right, so that's just like a really nice pink color there. And that is the final look, you guys. This is kind of the makeup that I do every day. I've got a lot of other really cool, fun videos and ideas coming up soon. So please like this video. Please subscribe. I've got, like I said, I've got lots of fun plans for a lot of really fun videos. And I know this is my first video, so eventually, you know, I'll be a little more comfortable in front of the camera and maybe get a little better at editing and have a nicer background. But for today, it'll do. You can't have it all at the beginning. So I really appreciate you taking time out of the day to watch this video, and I will see you next time. Bye.